something powerful is stirring in the silence of the sky. A moon you cannot see is preparing to rise, not with light but with energy. The new moon, the hidden gateway between endings and beginnings. I am Shi Hengyi, and tonight we enter that unseen doorway together. This moment is not for everyone. Only those who can sense the invisible, those who feel the quiet pull within their chest, are being called. The chosen ones are not chosen by fate. They are chosen by awareness, by their willingness to wake up when the world still sleeps. The new moon is more than a face in the sky. It is a mirror of your inner world, a blank canvas where you can rewrite your story. In Shaolin philosophy, the unseen is more powerful than the seen. Before the movement, there is stillness. Before the strike, there is focus. Before the awakening, there is silence. In this video, you will learn how this new moon opens a rare alignment between cosmic rhythm and human consciousness. We will explore Shaolin teachings that reveal how stillness builds strength, how intention plants destiny, and how to transform darkness into disciplined clarity. You will discover why ancient monks used the moon's hidden phase as a time to reset the spirit, to master not the world but the self. Stay until the end, because there I will share the one practice the Shaolin masters used during the dark moon to ignite inner awakening, a practice most people have forgotten. Welcome to Shaolin Soulfire, a space where ancient wisdom meets modern awareness. If you seek mastery, if you walk the path of awakening, join us. Subscribe, stay present, and let the silence of this new moon awaken your hidden strength. The path of awakening begins not in the mind, but in the body. When the ancients spoke of enlightenment, they did not point to the stars. They pointed inward to the pulse, the breath, the movement that carries life itself. In the Shaolin temple, we learn that the body is not a vessel to escape. It is the doorway to the spirit. Every stance, every strike, every breath taken in silence is a bridge between the physical and the invisible. The discipline of the body shapes the clarity of the mind, and the clarity of the mind opens the gate of the spirit. For centuries, the monks of Shaolin trained from dawn until nightfall, not to conquer others, but to master the chaos within. When the body trembles, the breath steadies it. When the mind wanders, the movement anchors it. Through repetition, through patience, the body becomes a teacher, whispering lessons of endurance, focus, and humility. True awakening does not bypass the body, it moves through it. A still mind in a restless body is like a flame trapped beneath water. But when the two align, strength and awareness, the spirit begins to rise. Now, as the new moon hides itself in the night sky, we too are invited to begin unseen. The moon builds her light from emptiness. We build our power from stillness. Each silent breath, each conscious movement is a step toward alignment, body, mind, and spirit becoming one rhythm. This is the Shaolin way, not escape, but embodiment, not separation, but harmony, from the unseen to the seen, from stillness into action. Just as the moon begins again, so does your inner strength, growing quietly in the dark. Before every surge of power, there is stillness. A Shaolin monk does not leap into motion without first anchoring the breath. A warrior does not strike without first finding calm. This quiet moment, unseen and often ignored, is where mastery begins. The new moon mirrors this truth perfectly. Its dark phase is not emptiness, it is preparation. The sky appears blank, yet beneath that darkness, invisible tides shift, new energy gathers. In the same way, within your silence, transformation stirs. Mindfulness is the bridge that connects you to this hidden rhythm. When you bring your attention to the body, the subtle rise of the breath, the gentle beat of the heart, the noise within begins to settle. The Shaolin masters call this stilling the internal wind. Before the wind can move the trees, it must first learn its own direction. In these quiet hours before the surge, your task is not to chase awakening, but to become ready for it. Set your intention, but do not force it. Sit in stillness, let the breath move freely, and listen to what the silence reveals. True mindfulness is not a technique, it is a return to the simple awareness that everything begins here, now, in this breath. The mind that is calm sees clearly. The one who waits patiently acts with precision. Just as the moon waits before revealing her light, you must wait before releasing your power. When the chaos quiets, when your breath aligns with your awareness, a doorway opens, subtle, sacred, and unmistakable. From this stillness, right action arises. And when the search finally comes, it will not be wild or scattered. It will be pure, focused, unstoppable. In the darkness of the new moon, nothing can be seen, yet everything is being prepared. This is the sacred paradox of beginnings. The unseen gives birth to the seen. Just as a seed hides beneath the soil before breaking into light, your intention forms in silence before shaping your destiny. The ancient Shaolin masters understood this truth well. Before a single strike is delivered, the martial artist visualizes it, feeling its flow, precision, and impact within the mind. The movement begins long before the body acts. The monk too does not speak prayers without grounding them in awareness. Every word, every gesture is first rooted in intention. This invisible phase is the foundation of true mastery. When the world appears empty, when nothing seems to move, that is the moment to plant. The mind must be still, the heart steady, and the purpose clear. For if you plant in confusion, the fruit will grow tangled. But if your intention is pure, born from clarity and awareness, the harvest will reflect that inner order. The new moon offers a mirror for this discipline. Its darkness is not absence, it is space. Space for you to decide who you are becoming. Each thought you hold now, each vision you nurture, is a seed waiting to awaken when the light returns. Set your intention not from desire, but from alignment. Ask yourself, what truth am I ready to live? What energy will I cultivate when the light rises again? This is how awakening begins, quietly, invisibly, within. When the moon begins to shine once more, your intentions will rise with it. What you plant in the unseen will shape what you become in the light. Attention is the silent architect of destiny. Whatever you focus on, grows. Whatever you neglect, fades. This is one of the oldest truths of Shaolin wisdom, yet it remains one of the hardest to master. When the external world dims, as it does beneath the new moon, the path inward opens more easily. The absence of light outside invites the presence of awareness within. This is not darkness to fear, but darkness to explore, a sanctuary where your attention can return home. In the temple, training begins not with movement but with focus. A monk may stand for hours in stillness, eyes soft, breath steady, learning to hold the mind in one place. The lesson is simple but profound. When attention is scattered, energy leaks. When attention is steady, power gathers. So many wander through life chasing sparks, the next desire, the next distraction, the next illusion of meaning. But the chosen ones learn to choose their focus. They understand that attention is energy, and energy is life. Every moment of awareness is a brushstroke on the canvas of reality. The new moon's hidden light reminds you to redirect your gaze. Don't search for brightness outside, cultivate it within. Notice what you feed with your thoughts. What do you look at, think about, repeat, and rehearse? This is where your power silently flows each day. Mastering attention is not about control. It is about devotion. Devotion to what truly matters. When you can hold your focus like a steady flame in the wind, distractions lose their power. The invisible becomes visible. The unseen grows strong. Where you look, you grow, and in the stillness of this moonless night, your gaze can become the seed of transformation. The moon is a quiet teacher. It does not hurry to shine, nor resist when its light fades. It follows a rhythm older than memory, waxing, full, waning, new, an endless cycle of growth, release, and renewal. Within its movement lies the wisdom of self-mastery. Nothing remains at its peak forever, and nothing stays in shadow for long. In Shaolin philosophy, this rhythm is mirrored in the art of training. The monk trains with intensity, then rests, then reflects. Each phase has purpose. Without the silence of rest, the strength of practice cannot deepen. Without reflection, discipline becomes empty repetition. The cycle itself is the teacher, revealing that mastery is not about constant motion, but about balance. The new moon marks the beginning of such a cycle. It is not a finale, it is the first breath before creation. Just as the moon slowly builds her light, you too must allow your energy to unfold gradually. Awakening is not a single event, it is a rhythm you learn to dance with. Some days bring expansion, others contraction. Both are sacred. When you align with this natural flow, frustration dissolves. You stop demanding constant progress and start honoring the pauses that prepare you for growth. In Shaolin, this is called the breath between movements, the moment that gives power to the next strike. So, as you stand beneath the invisible moon, remember, renewal is already in motion. Each phase carries its own lesson: to rise, to shine, to release, to begin again. Your spiritual awakening will follow the same rhythm. Trust the cycle and let it guide you. The true master is not the one who stays full, but the one who learns to begin again and again with grace. Every time a new beginning calls, resistance awakens with it. The moment you decide to rise, the shadows within you stir. Doubt whispers, fear tightens, and the old habits return, trying to keep you within the familiar. This is not failure. This is the test. The path to awakening has always been guarded by the self you must outgrow. In the Shaolin way, this battle is known well. The warrior and the monk live within the same heart. The warrior holds the fire, courage, discipline, determination. The monk holds the water, awareness, patience, compassion. Alone, each is incomplete. Together, they create harmony. Strength without softness becomes destruction. Softness without strength becomes escape. True mastery is found in their union. When inner resistance rises, summon the warrior first. Stand firm. Do not run from your fears. Face them, breathe through the discomfort. Let your body remember its power, but then call upon the monk. Observe what unfolds without judgment. Watch the old emotions surface and dissolve. The monk does not fight the storm. He witnesses it until it passes. The new moon begins unseen, just as your new self does. In this darkness, the shadows seem larger, louder, closer, but they only appear because the light of your awareness is growing. The fears you meet now are the fragments of the old you. They cannot follow where you are going. Hold both energies within you, the strength to act and the stillness to see clearly. This is the paradox of the warrior monk: to fight without hatred, to surrender without weakness. As you begin anew, meet your inner resistance not as an enemy, but as the final gatekeeper to your next awakening. In the Shaolin way, movement and meditation are one. The monk does not separate stillness from action. He carries silence within every step. When the body moves with awareness, the movement itself becomes prayer. Each motion, each breath, each pause becomes a reflection of the mind state: calm, focused, present. This is the essence of mindful movement. It is not about speed or strength, but about intention. Every gesture has meaning. Every shift in posture echoes an inner decision. The warrior who acts without awareness is merely reacting. The awakened one moves with purpose, born from stillness. As the new moon begins to wax, the stillness you cultivated now seeks expression. Intention without action remains only a dream. Action without clarity becomes chaos. The balance lies in movement that rises from inner peace, not from impatience, not from fear, but from deep alignment. The Shaolin masters train for years to perfect this balance. Before a single strike, they breathe. Before advancing, they pause. The body acts only after the mind has settled into stillness. This is why their movements seem effortless. They are guided by quiet power, not tension. You too must move from that same clarity. Step into the world, not with scattered energy, but with precision. Let your choices flow naturally from the silence you've built within. Walk, speak, create and decide. But let it all come from a calm center. The new moon teaches that darkness precedes motion. Stillness gives birth to flow. Once the seed of intention is planted, movement nourishes it. Your task now is to act with awareness, to let your life become a living meditation, where every movement, no matter how small, reflects the stillness of your awakened mind. There are powers within you that have slept for lifetimes, quiet, hidden, waiting for the right moment to stir. The new moon carries an energy that touches these depths, a subtle call to awaken what has always been present yet unseen. Intuition sharpens. Dormant abilities rise from the shadows. Even the body remembers patterns long forgotten, whispering truths in muscle, nerve, and breath. In Shaolin philosophy, mastery is not about acquiring something new. It is about revealing what was always there. The shadow conceals not emptiness, but potential. Strength, clarity, purpose all reside quietly beneath the surface, revealed only through discipline, awareness, and patience. The monk trains not to create power, but to uncover it. The warrior does not invent courage. He discovers it within his own heart. This is a sacred threshold. The chosen ones are those who sense the call before the world announces it. They feel the subtle shifts, the quiet pull toward alignment. For those on the edge of awakening, the new moon offers a catalyst, a spark that illuminates the hidden pathways within. To receive this, readiness is required. The mind must be still, the intention clear, and the body anchored. Resistance will rise, doubts will surface. Yet these are only signals that transformation is approaching. Lean into the silence. Listen to the messages your inner self has been sending. Trust the subtle stirrings, even when they seem faint or uncertain. When this hidden potential emerges, it is not always dramatic. Often, it is quiet, profound, a sudden clarity in thought, a shift in energy, a knowing that guides action. The darkness of the new moon is not empty, it is fertile. It is the moment when the chosen ones begin to step fully into the power that has always been theirs, ready to awaken in alignment with their deepest purpose. The new moon ignites a spark, quiet and subtle, yet full of potential. It is a beginning, not a culmination. The energy rises like a pulse beneath the surface, inviting you to act, to step forward, to awaken. But a spark alone cannot sustain a fire. Without tending, it fades. Discipline is the fuel that carries the awakening from a fleeting moment into lasting mastery. In Shaolin tradition, progress is never left to chance. The masters train daily, integrating movement, meditation, and reflection into every aspect of life. They understand that true power grows slowly, like a tree deepening its roots before it reaches the sun. One day of intensity cannot replace years of consistent practice. Mastery is earned in repetition, in patience, in the devotion to small intentional acts performed with full presence. The same is true for spiritual awakening. The new moon may trigger insight, intuition, or clarity, but sustaining it requires action. Create rituals that honor the cycle, practices that nurture awareness, and habits that reinforce discipline. Every breath, every choice, every mindful movement becomes a step on the path from spark to flame. Integration is key. The awakening is not separate from daily life. It must flow into your work, your relationships, your body, your mind. Each moment becomes a training ground, a laboratory for inner growth. Over time, the discipline transforms subtle insights into deep embodied wisdom. The moon will wax and wane, but your commitment must remain steady. Let this spark guide you, but do not rely on its fleeting brilliance alone. Tend it with focus, patience, and presence. In doing so, the momentary awakening of tonight becomes the continuous mastery of a lifetime, where every day, no matter how ordinary, carries the energy of transformation forward. Every moment of life offers an opportunity to practice mastery, if only we pay attention. True awakening is not reserved for temples or quiet nights beneath the moon. It flows into the ordinary, into the tasks and choices that fill each day. The challenge is to bring together what is spiritual and what is practical, to let meditation guide movement and to let intention guide action. The new moon is a gentle reminder of this integration. It asks what inner clearing is needed before the light returns. What seed will you plant in the soil of your mind, body, and spirit? What movement will you commit to that reflects your awareness? These questions are not for contemplation alone. They are a call to live intentionally, to align the invisible with the visible, the subtle with the tangible. The path of the chosen ones is rarely dramatic. It does not demand grand gestures or public recognition. Instead, it unfolds in quiet consistency. A breath taken with attention, a step taken with purpose, a thought held with clarity. Humility anchors this journey, reminding us that mastery is a lifelong practice, not a momentary achievement. Daily life becomes the laboratory of transformation. Each action, no matter how small, can echo the principles cultivated in meditation, in stillness, in reflection under the new moon. Awareness becomes a habit. Discipline becomes natural. The invisible rhythms of intention, focus, and presence shape the contours of reality, guiding energy where it matters most. To live these principles is to turn the ordinary into sacred practice. It is to walk fully awake, fully aware, and fully aligned with the deeper currents that shape life. The moon may rise and fall, cycles may come and go, but the path continues, steady and unwavering for those willing to live each day as a reflection of their inner awakening. Today, new moon opens a doorway, quiet, subtle, and filled with unseen potential. The wisdom of the Shaolin tradition, combined with mindful awareness, offers the keys to step through. It is an invitation to align your body, mind, and spirit, to cultivate stillness, set intention, and take action with clarity. Step through consciously. Do not rush. Accept the call of this moment. Be the one who responds, not the one who waits. The energies of the new moon, the lessons of discipline, and the practices of inner mastery are ready to guide you, but only if you allow yourself to move with awareness and purpose. The awakening begins now. From silence, intention, and consistent practice, the chosen ones rise. Every breath, every choice, every deliberate step becomes a reflection of the inner light you cultivate. Remember, the path is not about grand gestures. It is about steady, mindful progress, bringing ancient principles into every corner of daily life. Carry this with you as you move forward. Pause when needed, act when ready, and honor the rhythm of your own growth. Let your inner strength emerge naturally, and let your awareness guide each step. If this journey resonates with you, join us here at Shaolin Soulfire. Like, subscribe, and continue walking the path of mastery with us. In stillness, intention, and dedication, the chosen ones awaken, and the first step begins tonight.